So I told you at the very first of today's episode that we were going to talk to you about Lieutenant Jim Koch. He was the unknown lieutenant standing behind Colin Kaepernick during last Sunday's Buffalo Bills football game when the San Francisco 49ers got slaughtered by the Bills. Now that would be embarrassing enough to get beat that bad by the Bills. But the cool thing was Jim's photo just a few minutes after game time got sent out all across the world. It went completely viral, and all of a sudden the unassuming Jim Koch, who's been a police officer for almost 30 years and worked for the Buffalo Bills for 29 years, involved in Special Olympics. He's been a former SWAT team commander, undercover diver, vast career, went to the FBI Academy. Incredible career, but fairly unassuming. All of a sudden has become the guy to know, and we were very fortunate to get to interview him prior to the show today, and you can see all of that interview online on our podcast page. Just go to lobster.com, hit the podcast button, and you'll get that entire interview. But we're going to let you hear a segment of his interview that he talked to us earlier today about on what went into that decision that he made to salute right behind Colin Kaepernick. It's very fascinating, so here it is. Most police officers, Jim, across the country, you've been following the Colin Kaepernick situation. But really, unlike most of everybody listening to this, you actually found yourself standing right behind him on national television. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that that was even a possibility?
No, actually, I never thought it would happen. But when I was assigned to the sheriff's pregame field security detail behind the bench, I knew that if I had an opportunity, I was going to take advantage of it.
So you were basically given an assignment when you arrived. This wasn't something that was pre-planned. We saw some people talking online that maybe you had pre-planned this for weeks upon a time, but I don't think it was. Just kind of tell us how that assignment went and when you found out about it.
Well, in our morning briefing, with the controversies going on, they wanted some extra personnel on the field, and I was selected as one of the persons to be on the field.
So you weren't specifically selected to be next to him. It just happened to work out that way, correct?
Correct. I was behind the bench. I was detailed behind the bench for the pregame detail.
Now, I know, Jim, you've received a significant amount of attention through this one photograph, and I know you didn't ask for that attention, but at what point did you decide to salute in the manner that you did and where you did, which happened to be right behind probably the most famous backup quarterback in the country right now, Colin Kaepernick?
Well, I can't say that I didn't ask for the attention. I was assigned behind the bench, and I could have taken a couple steps back and blended in.
Uh-huh.
However, I took a couple steps forward and decided to salute just before I went on the field.
And I know law enforcement, speaking for law enforcement, Jim, we heard from a lot of them as well as you, is we were very appreciative because I know from our standpoint, we've been beaten down quite a bit in recent years, and it just kind of seemed like a breath of fresh air when I saw it. I know a lot of people feel the same way. And did you even imagine sort of the attention that was going to bring, or did that even cross your mind when you did it?
Well, as it was happening, I was thinking when I took the steps forward, I thought, oh boy, this is going to be a big one. I had no idea it was going to be this big, though.
That's amazing. So here you are, you do this. You're working the game that Sunday, and, you're busy. You're running around. I've been at these athletic events before, and there's not a lot of downtime. At what point did you find out that this was kind of a really big deal on Sunday? You've got to tell our audience, certainly you're going to find that high-resolution photograph and hang it up somewhere in your home, right?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to track down an original picture. If I can't find one, I'm going to have to acquire or borrow one from the media sites. Well,
there you have it, Lieutenant Jim Koch. Incredible interview. Check out the rest of that on our podcast, On the Beat, at lawofficer.com.